When I came into this process, I really had no idea how amazing the people around me were going to be. Going and working with people my age who are already writing such amazing music, that really has motivated me. And I expected some of that to come and say, wow, this is what other people are doing. Now here's what I can go listen to, here's what I can go and try to do some of that myself. I expected to work closely with the mentors, but then just the way that my mentor Joe has taken an interest really in making my pieces amazing as it can be and trying to show me how to think about things in a new way and how to free up the process and write things that express myself.
Young people in general have a lot of pressure on them to do it right, whatever that means. They are getting messages, sometimes specific, sometimes ambiguous, sometimes messages from yesterday, sometimes messages from 2,000 years ago, that this is the way to be a human in the world. And I don't think anyone knows what a human being is, let alone how that human being should be in the world. The only authority that they have that's worth following is their own intuition and their own volition. And if they act on their own volition, they will be rewarded in life in some way that I don't know what it is. Their music will be rich, their relationships will be rich. Their experience, if nothing else, will be rich if their experience springs forth from their own volition.
I'm a big proponent of finding your own path and finding the tools that you need to accomplish your goals and not feeling any guilt about it. Tools like Ableton and playback mechanisms and notation programs allow for different kinds of imagination, I think, and different kinds of experimentation and musical development.
Personally, I always get a big charge out of working with live musicians, especially musicians as compatible as these people that we have hired here. They're wonderful. They work with the composers so well, and they ask sympathetic questions, but they point out things that this is much easier if you do it this way, and to be able to participate and contribute to making art. What could be better?
It's very important for me to know what I'm going to be writing about and how it's going to translate into the music. And then I can take that and then I sit at the piano and I wonder what does this theme, what does it sound like? How does it translate to music? And that's when I come up with my motifs, my melodies, my harmonies, my rhythmic ideas at the piano. And then after that, I bring over the computer and put everything in and start writing.
I have definitely learned how to be more considerate of how to write for certain instruments. And also, I learned a lot about how to interact with musicians. For instance, if there's a technique that maybe I heard somewhere on the internet, but they probably haven't come across yet, I learned how to sort of be able to manage that in a way where I still get what I hear in my head.
I like the experience of working with an ensemble, of being able to look at my work from a point of perspective, because I'm usually the one performing it. Often I'll be accompanying the show I'm writing or something like that, but in this case, I get to look at an ensemble and direct it and pay more attention to the texture and stuff like that. I haven't had much experience with orchestration before this, so I'm getting to try that out with an ensemble, so that's fun. I think what NextNotes helps with is the construction of a work as much, because a lot of these people have already composed their pieces, and you can have mentors help you with the composition components, but NextNotes is as much about working with musicians and getting that work on stage and performed and in this collaborative environment.
For the piece Ocean, I definitely wanted I wanted it to sound like it was underwater. Ocean's actually part of a bigger album I'm working on called Sounds of the Biomes. So I usually like to have that type of idea, like a theme, a theme that's not a musical theme, but just some type of idea for the piece. Maybe an emotion, maybe an object or a place. I don't think I've ever worked with musicians at this level in my life, and that's what I'm excited for.
This festival is great because it's just so diverse. We have electronic piece, music theater piece. NextNotes, I think, is really good at including, jazz and all these people from different backgrounds as mentors, that really just kind of broadens your horizons as far as inspiration.
Everybody is a student. And so when I'm teaching students, I try to put myself in their place. And it seems to me sometimes that I have a lot better ideas for my students than I do for myself when I try to write. The big question is, what comes next? You've gotten yourself this far, and it sounds like this, but what comes next? What's the plot? What's the mood that you want to create and keep on creating or change? What's next?